Hi, you guys. Welcome back to another episode of Two Besties on a Couch.
And not that kind of couch.
My name is Sulon.
Hey, I'm Fox.
And today is a very, very special episode.
Yes, we literally have our first guest. I know y'all thought it was just going to be us two for life, even though.
But it's not. That's why we're sitting on the same side today.
I'm like, dang.
And remember, we told you guys last week that we have a new segment and it's called Welcome to Our Living Room.
Yes.
So we are so excited. Drum roll, please, because we have a legend in the building. The one, the only.
Lito.
Woo, 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 woo. Pow,
Hey.
pow, pow,
What's
pow.
happening? What's happening?
Yes, you guys, we are super excited to be here with them. And we're just so thankful that you came and you are our first guest on Two Besties on a Couch.
No,
Sure,
literally.
thanks for having me.
So, I don't know if he's ready, y'all.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
because y'all know we get a little crazy.
I'm not.
Just a teeny. It's honestly not even that crazy.
It ain't that
We're just
crazy.
used to both of us. So now you like get to be here, a part of our phone conversations, couch hangout, chair
we're really on a
hangout.
three-way call right now.
We are.
Okay.
I love it. Okay, so we have a cocktail today.
Yes. So of course we are sponsored by our faves, Shadow Tequila. And today we are drinking I did a fat wash. I did something fun. I know I've been telling y'all I was gonna keep playing with the recipes in the last few times. So it was just having a little time with some shots. But this time it is a fat wash tequila with brown butter, muddled peaches, honey, peach bitters, and a dash of cinnamon. So kind of wanted something fun on the play, kind of like an old fashioned, but not an old fashioned, with Shadow, of course. So
Yes. All right, y'all. So
we're
cheers.
gonna do our cheers.
Cheers.
Let's see how strong this drink is, y'all.
That's all right.
It is. Hey, not bad
Okay, that's
for the
good.
adrenaline rush. So, my friend, what you got on today? We do a little fit deets.
Yeah, every
You
day
know?
we do a little, like, what we're wearing.
Oh, I got my dad shorts, my
Love that.
hoochie daddy shorts.
Love that.
So
Yes,
Somewhere.
knees out.
Love that hoochie daddy.
they got them knees out. I don't know, old t-shirt I had in my closet.
Casual.
Real chill, y'all. It's hot as
Real chill.
shit outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
it really
It
is.
is hot
Not
as
gonna lie.
95 degrees outside.
it is so hot
Tried to find the
outside.
thinnest t-shirt I could find.
That's very real.
Love it. What you got on, friend?
Tennessee summer.
That's real.
This is a dress from ASOS. I actually made it into a shirt and then have on
Cute.
just a double jean look that I did. Kind of
Love.
brought it back for something fun. and
Super
simple.
cute. Super fun.
What are you wearing, my friend?
I'm wearing I think these are like Ranger. Like, I have these Ranger jeans on.
Oh, I got you, Wrangler.
Wrangler. Oh, yeah. I got it when I went to Montana. I was feeling so inspired out there. And then I just have on this white button-up shirt. Just some jewelry, honestly, from my Instagram brand. I will put their brand on the screen because y'all know I forgot.
Birthday.
Yeah.
Dang, friend. She's like, it's
So-
some little jewelry.
No, I said Instagram brand. You got it from
Okay.
Instagram brand. But wait, no, it's my Perlitas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout
So,
out
like,
to
dang, I
her.
could have sworn you was hype about that one.
I am. I love that brand, and I got my jewelry from there. So I'll put it on the screen for you. We'll put it on the screen. So we want to do you want to play a game first, or do you take shots?
Probably need a shot for y'all.
I love this. Okay, well, let's get
Yes.
to the
Start
game.
with these games.
Yeah, we gonna
Okay,
get
let's
to
get
the
to the
game.
games.
Our guest said he is ready to be up on this couch with us. This
Oh.
couch, our chairs.
I'm excited.
So we're about to get into one of our favorite segments,
It's
the cherry whipped.
I'm super excited. We're gonna speed this. We're gonna actually just have this segment right now. Y'all know we usually wait later on in the episode, but we're gonna do it now because we got a fun little game we're gonna play.
Right, we gotta warm it
So,
up.
Yeah.
We gotta warm it up. And so those of you who are new here, cherry whipped is just when we have random questions or topics pertaining to sex.
Yes, it can be
So-
educational. It can be funny, crazy,
Right.
all those things in between.
We're here for a good time.
We're here for a good time. Okay.
Good time. All right. So our first question.
What happened to the shot?
Oh, we're doing the shot first. Okay, y'all.
Let's do the shot tournament. Because we were going to say, you can either answer the question or you can take a shot.
Oh,
we can all do a warm-up shot. How
we
about
can do
that?
a warm-up
Let's all
shot.
do a
Let's do a
warm-up
warm-up
shot.
shot.
And then we can go from there. Here's the furnace. It's a new bottle, y'all.
Y'all, somebody call Teddy. We done ran down 2 bottles already. Like, come on.
All right.
Not the go.
And
I'm nervous. We never drink out of this one either, so I'm happy. Wait, which one is it? Oh, never mind. We don't drink Blanco.
Sorry, it was a little big. The glass is a little big.
Yeah.
Doing big things.
I'm excited.
We are super excited to have you here, though. No, for real. Our first guest. What?
Oh, no.
And we're breaking you out of your shell. Hey.
All right. All right.
Cheers.
All right. Cheers again, y'all.
Yeah, sorry.
Ding, 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 ding.
Oh.
All right. So the warm-up shot is in here.
Oh my God, the first one is always worse.
Do you want to ask it?
Okay. Would y'all be okay if you never had oral sex again?
No.
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 Of course not.
Mm-mm.
I mean, honestly, like,
Why?
why didn't I?
Why? Why would you not be okay with that?
Okay. About to get a little bit spicier. Have you or any of us ever bought some pussy or sold some pussy?
That's actually really funny.
You can go for it.
So have I ever brought some pussy? No. Have I ever sold some pussy to my husband when I was married? You know, sometimes you gotta do you gotta do a little couple things for what you want. But it was like my husband, so I mean. But yeah, there's been a time or two he's like, I'll buy it for you if you know, so yeah.
That's very real.
Thanks.
Very real.
Yeah, I think it's almost always transactional. It may not be like formal transactions. So
Yeah.
like driving by picking up a prostitute kind of way. No.
No, yeah.
No comment on the selling thereof. But, otherwise I think it's always a transactional element to it. Like,
Yeah.
You're
I've heard that.
either investing or flat out just, what do you need kind of thing. But
Very real.
No, that's real actually. We all do something that is actually kind of facts.
I've never bought any.
Never
Sold. Let's see. I did have my rent paid one time.
I know that's
Also, I'm
right.
not gonna lie.
yeah,
better pay those
see what I'm
coins.
saying,
It was,
man.
Another chapter of me. I don't know her anymore.
I love to see the growth.
All right. So, what's the craziest thing you ever did behind a girl or a man and looked back and realized, like, dang, I was tweaking?
Shit. I don't know. I probably did enough crazy shit to have to think this hard about it. I was gonna say probably I don't know how crazy it is to anyone else to hear, but like putting my personal business in my music, like making the overlap of like business and personal, really blurring those lines, like
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Or publicizing somebody's phone number, knowing that I'm like a public, the internet. And
You just put it on blast.
You put it on Twitter, didn't you?
Yeah, probably. Well, but it was like, hey, y'all call me. Like on the fan level, like it was just, it was kind of just like, all right, obviously they changed their number. They probably had to because
they probably had to.
Blasting it out to
That's crazy.
however many followers I had at the time.
Yeah,
I'm sure their phone never stopped ringing.
I love that.
But yeah, that was pretty messed up. I say, I thought better of it, but damage was done. But
yeah, what can you do?
It is what it is.
Yeah, I just learn and grow.
What's y'all answers?
Mm.
Cause that's kind of time, I guess. But
You want me to go?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What did I even do?
One time, I was fucking around with this guy, y'all, and we was at our old house. We used to have a house together. And I think I like was hitting him or something, like I was pushing him, and he just like with this part of his arm, like pushed me back, and I fell in the laundry bin, and I was like hanging out. I fell perfectly in there, and when he left me in there, like, so I had to flip myself out, and so I called his mom. I was like, "Tell your son never put his hands on me ever again." And I was tweaking. I should have. He really didn't.
He just blocked you to the side.
Yeah,
He was just like move out the way.
You know, he was just like, "Stop hitting me." And
you were hitting him.
I was hitting him, and then
friend.
he just put the forearm like that, and I fell in the basket. And I was embarrassed because why would I fall in the basket like that? Now I'm embarrassed. Now I'm really telling your mama. And I called his mama and told her. We got a kid together, so it's okay. Shout out to Timothy. So it's all love there, but it's still embarrassing. I was tweaking. I was like, "That's embarrassing." I should have did that. That is too funny.
I feel like I really haven't done anything super crazy besides the one time when I was in college and there was this guy I was talking to and we were no longer talking. So we had no reason to be communicating, but I still kept driving by. So I did. I was like, who's over there? But he had a roommate and everything. And the roommate wasn't budging. The roommate wasn't budging. Wasn't letting nobody in. The roommate was very real, to be honest. He was
you were trying
real
to go
friend.
in the house?
Yeah.
Oh, you weren't riding by. You was pulling up.
You were pulling up. Yeah, she said I was riding by.
I mean, most of the time, I kind of kept it going, but yeah.
Yeah, riding by is stalker. It's like pulling up is just, that's intrusive. That's, that's a different.
I pulled up at somebody's house too before, but he was there. He was sleeping. His roommate let me in, though. I said that already on the episode.
Oh, sure did.
Yeah.
Nah, pulling up is
It's kind of similar.
No, it's not.
I done been in there before.
Layers of trauma from the
Really? I was gonna say,
from the pull-ups.
Somebody pull it up on you. Did they be hiding in the bushes?
Man, see y'all framed the question wrong because I've got way more experiences on the other end of the crazies, and I got my entire garage got defaced with lipstick of imagine somebody tagging,
Yeah.
But it was like lipstick and not spray paint or whatever.
That's all my girl had in her bag.
My dumb ass was like for like a day trying to like figure out. I thought I was gonna have to replace the garage panels or whatever, and I just got some basic like cleaner out of the kitchen, and it wiped right out. But it was more so the shock. I'm just like,
did she put her lips like actually on the garage?
No, I mean,
just
she
the
wrote,
lipstick.
she wrote all kind of obscenities. I can't
What'd she
remember exactly, but it was
dang.
It was cuss words. When I just say that, it was
feel embarrassed for your neighbors. You didn't care.
It was what it was. It was just, I just felt more compromised in my personal space. Like,
that's real. What color was the lipstick?
Red.
Fire
red.
Fire red. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, but pulling up and riding by is two different things.
Yeah, like, the pulling up is different. The riding by is creepy as shit. You're a stalker. You're a creep.
I said it was college.
Let me tell you something. If I'm riding by, I'm definitely pulling out because why am I just gonna ride by?
Because sometimes there's more cars than you expect. I'm like, who is that?
Oh, then I'm definitely knocking on the door.
Like, I'm not in a group. Like, what the hell? What if somebody jumps me? What's I gonna do?
That's true.
Like,
because that wasn't
you gotta go when it looks safe.
Yeah, that wasn't your man no more, so that could have happened.
Exactly.
Yeah. The pull up was all bad.
Oh man. So now that we got some warming up in here, let's see. So we want to get into our we want to know. It's nothing crazy.
It's nothing crazy at all.
It's nothing crazy at all.
Don't believe.
We have our national native here. It's crazy because how I met you was I met him, y'all, in Vegas. And I was like, wow, like younger me, just going out of town, you know what I'm saying? Not having that much money. And I want to say I flew there and I was there with our Melanie Mommy's group and we're there for her birthday. It was a really good time. We ended up seeing you as we were like about to like walk into a club or something like that, and it was cool. And I was like, wow, my first time meeting you. I was like, you're really chill. And then I want to say, what was it? My friends were like leaving early or something like that. They were flying out early. And then I ended up staying an extra day. And you're like, well, I'm actually about to fly back to the city. And I was like, oh, okay. And you're like, you can use my hotel suite. I was like, dope. That was like really, really nice. I'm like, dang, I don't even know you. That was like love. Like,
shows what kind of person you are.
Yeah.
For sure.
I love that. That was really nice. And when she told me that, I was like, wow, that's so nice. She told me that forever ago when it happened or whatever. Because we were all supposed to fly out. But I didn't go because I didn't know them at the time that well. Can't be flying out with bitches you don't know. Girls, do not be flying out with friends you don't know that well. We know each other now.
That was like Memorial Day weekend.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. It was a time.
A time was had in Vegas.
That was a great weekend.
It was fun. Yes.
I love that. So we want to know, because I know you don't have any regrets. I heard that in a song that you have. So I was going to say, what was it like being signed to Cashmoney at such a young age? What lessons did you learn?
I learned a great deal about the music business. I learned to be the flow instead of going with the flow.
I love that.
Because at the time I was kind of blinded by the glitz and glamour of it all, or I grew up like aspiring to be like where they were, damn near like who they were, and I kind of lost sight of what I had done to get to that point was what mattered even more. And sometimes like trying to work into a system, you can kind of lose your way, so. It was like twofold. One, that was something that was a learning experience of like I could have just kept doing what I was doing and I eventually would have gotten to where I was trying to get to. And also, even though I didn't do that right away, being in that system and being amongst like that group of people and everything else, like it was just so much to learn because it was like, oh, they're not where they are by accident. And I learned a lot about like work ethic and just business acumen, because like you said about me being so young, it was like the hierarchy of it. Like I was, bottom of the barrel, so to say, and the new guy.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of just being a fly on the wall, and I was in a lot of spaces, a lot of rooms that like even to now, so I was able to like cultivate relationships that I'm still able to, benefit from all these years later. So
yeah.
That is. When you were going through your contracts and stuff like that, was it hard for you to navigate that being so young? Like, because I know for a fact, like I just was listening to your music and stuff, and I know you didn't come from that. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like even us, like we're older and signing some deals and some contracts, we're like, what does this mean? So was that kind of hard when you were younger?
No, I think I educated myself enough to know like you need representation. You need to hire people to sift through the details of things. So it's as hard as you make it. A lot of people ignore it, and I don't think any hurdles was like a result of like sheer ignorance. Some of it's just the process of it all. Like I feel like I was able to gain a pretty clear understanding of terms. It was just a matter of like, was this the best move or not? Because a lot of times it's like you can look at the big number on the paper and get blinded by that. I don't even think it was as much that. It's just like blind optimism. Like, oh, if this works, then it's going here. But no, even then, I mean, I think I had sense enough to hire people or have people, in between it all. If anything, I probably had too many people in between what was going on. That's something that I learned of like, get you a team that you trust and people that go to bat for you and can help you understand things and rock with them. It was a lot of middlemen. It was a lot of people that had a stake or an interest in it, but I don't think it was like I wasn't like bamboozled on the like, oh, let's pull the wool over his eyes any more than people kind of overdoing it, as far as the interpretation of things. But I say it's just, unless you studied law or contract law or whatever else. Get
Yeah.
somebody that does
Leave that up to them.
Yeah, break it down for you.
That's real.
Let the professionals do their job.
How did your experience with Cashmoney allow you to use some of that now that you have grind hard, and what helped you with that now?
Yeah, I mean, I was saying like the work ethic part of it. Like honestly, a lot of the shit was so long ago that it's not a blur, but it's like an afterthought. Other than that, it's part of my story, so I understand people ask, or it's history doesn't change. But I think it gave me that, like, I don't know what to call it, like show and prove. Like a lot of times you gotta see something to believe it, or like so being amongst like the successes of it all, I was like, oh, okay, this shit is possible. Or, like, these dudes are from the hood, like they from the worst of it and were able to make it. And I'm looking around, they like hiring their peers, their friends, their, loved ones or whatever, and it's insulated. I'm like, oh, okay, you can do this just with like you and your people and bring them up.
Yeah.
So it was like motivation on that level. Moving forward, it's like, but honestly, even before that, that's what I had going on was built on. It was like from like me and my partners just trying to make something happen.
That's real.
I love that, yeah.
So like growing from like all of that back then, you're a father now, did you ever view yourself being like where you are now as a father and like having a kid or a family? Did you always want that?
Yeah, I always wanted it. I never knew when. Like, same thing I was saying about the blurry lines of business and personal, like from like age 18, probably 17, 18, like I've been immersed in the music. Like it kind of took the lead and was, and then it obviously at some point became my actual livelihood. So I never could really step outside of that. That always came first.
Right.
And so all things personal and figuring out like when I'll pivot into family life and otherwise was just always was secondary. Not to say I didn't have a personal life, but I just didn't necessarily like make the room to plan for it because it's just kind of been in grind mode ever since, or figuring out how to balance, how to how that'll work amongst all this, and then it just highs and lows, ups and downs on a life level. Is like at times I was probably like afraid to, like, because it was a lot of stuff in my world. It was like so volatile that I'm like,
I feel that. I'm afraid of like even getting pregnant and like starting a family. I'm like, golly, I feel like it's so much to it. Like, everybody's like, oh, once it happens, like, you'll be good. But I'm like, I'm sure. But like, did you ever feel that too? Like, it was just like, not yet.
Yeah. My 20s was like wild. And I mean, I was a little bit wilder, but I'm just like, there was times I'm like, I don't want to bring a kid into this because I ain't got this shit figured out for myself, you know, and for sure. And but I do think you don't really have a choice but to figure it out, you know, when you get to that point. But fortunately for myself, I had lived enough and maybe figured myself out enough to like own it and, champion that role. And it's something like I advocate for is like, the dad life. Like now that wholeheartedly like, takes the lead, I can't schedule things like this, studio time or otherwise. It's like, let me see what my daughter's got going first, or what my schedule is at large, starting with, with that.
Yeah, it's the same with Sulan. And our Benny. We love us some Benny. That's her son's name. But
I was gonna, he's so funny. I was gonna ask y'all, what do you feel like when you said that? Because I had my son very young. I had him at 20. Okay. So I really didn't even have time to even think about like being scared to bring him in this world. It was just like, okay, we're here because I was already pregnant. So what do you think that you're scared of? Do you think it's like your childhood, or do you feel like just not being prepared?
Oh, I feel like it's a mix of both. Definitely. I started doing therapy. Me and Ty did, and I'm like, there's so much stuff that I'm even learning now, and I'm like, dang, whew, it's some work. So I'm like, that shit's hard. But do you feel like there's anything that you kind of were hesitating about in particular?
Yeah, for sure. Like you said, you were 20. My mom was 19 when she had me, and in certain ways, I feel like we grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
And so at one point, I was just like, I knew I had growing to do, like for myself, and wanted to kind of make sure I had grown out of certain things to be, the best I could be in that role. But also just full transparency, like there was a time I probably feared that I may not be around, even like I was just living so fast or living so wild that like it wouldn't be fair to have a child and not be there for him as much as anything. Just living a certain type of life, or there was a time when I'm leave the house and don't know if I'm gonna make it back, kind of thing, and that kind of at least was thoughtful enough to like I don't want to just be making babies or having kids.
Not going to be around.
That you're not around for and not fully present for. And so at the,
When did that mind shift, change? After she was born or before she was born?
Before.
Okay.
You saying like the fear part of it? Yeah, before, for sure before, but you were just saying like when I did feel that way.
Yeah.
It was before,
that's really good though.
But, I think after she was born, it's that it definitely like changes your decision making. You're like, don't put yourself in certain spaces and where that's even,
not hanging out with certain people anymore or just being careless.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. No, I understand that 100%.
I still be careless.
We love the kids, y'all.
We do. I still be careless out here, so I'm just not that careless, but yeah.
It's just you though. So
it is just me. Yeah. Literally. Yeah.
No, I need her ass. She better calm down.
No, I'm just saying versus having a kid or kind of pace that a little bit more. At least it should.
I feel like everyone around me had kids young, so I was like, dang. Yeah. I love my other little kids. Like, so I was like, just chilling.
It's really cool. So since we were already talking about our mental health, we see a therapist and we know you talk about mental health. What are some things that you do for yourself besides making your art, being a father?
Being a father is
that
what you need
joy?
The mental health stuff for a lot of times.
Yeah, you do.
Just keeping it real.
You gotta have some me time.
Making the music sometimes helps. It is definitely a form of therapy or self-expression is it's a space for it. But I've tried the therapy route. I advocate for it. I've had experiences with it that were successful, and I've had other experiences that weren't so much. But I personally advocate for it. Like sometimes people need to talk to somebody, you need to be heard, or you need to hear it yourself. Sometimes just getting it out. Exercise, I think fitness is a huge component and something that's helped me like have a sense of balance. I run a lot. That's kind of like my thing.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yes, that's something that has become like a real like thing for me. And it's a balancing act. If I feel myself wound too tight or stressed or otherwise, like running or
did you just start running? Is like newer for you? Or was it like something you kind of always had throughout your life? Because I know you're tall.
It's not super new.
What does that mean, friend?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm tall. You would be
so
like,
you run?
You do.
No,
I'm not athletic at all. Okay. That's why I be like, I'm doing what other people be doing to me. People like, I know you tall, so you gotta run track, this and that. And
I never ran track.
Blase. So
I mean, I played some sports. I was somewhat athletic, but the running thing is just it's just you. It's just you out there. It's time to like be with yourself, so to say. That's part of what I get from it. I like running outside. I prefer running outside over like treadmills. I do run on a treadmill too, but it's get some fresh air. You got to focus on your breathing. And, because meditation was the other thing that I was going to speak on is like kind of a mental health.
That is another good one.
Asset. And the running is very much similar to meditation for me a lot of times because you focus on your breathing. And it's just you and nature or whatever, you in the open space. A lot of times I run on different trails or run around a lake and stuff, and I gotta get back to my car. So it's like a lot of times I don't even think about it as much. It's just it forces me to focus on the journey of it all more than a destination, so to say. A lot of times I get so far out there that I'm just out here by myself. And
Going back to the therapy, you got a recent line in the song with Pac-Man. You said, "How I go from being a patient to the therapist chair." Have you been ever been an influence to some of your peers in that aspect with therapy?
Yeah, apparently so. That song, namely, that's it's called Grind Hard Therapy. Like that artist, Pac-Man, he sent me the record form fitted, like he wrote it as if he was talking to a therapist, and he had shared with me that my music over the years, he kind of grew up on it. He's probably like 10 years younger than me, but he grew up on my music and had these like therapeutic kind of effects for him, and he wrote his part as if he was talking to a therapist, which I thought was like super creative. And so for the feature, my response was almost like consultation. And I thought it was cool and it was like really creative because his music is largely like really silly and over the top. And so, I like his music. I was, also a fan of what he does, but I expected him to send me something silly. And he sent me a really serious record where he literally was venting about the things that were affecting him.
Yeah.
And it wasn't that he wrote it to me directly. It was just like a venting thing. So artistically, I really appreciated it. And so it let me step into the space because I do get that a lot of what my music has done for other people, how it's resonated or connected with them. And so I wrote my verse from like almost like a therapist perspective, even at the end, like where do I send the bill for this, or the invoice or whatever. And I mean, it's a road that I've owned in the sense of I can't run from it if that's how people respond or how people feel about what I do or feel about me. But, we all go through it. And that's one part of it is I think people kind of embrace or see some of themselves and their plight within what I choose to share. But I do think I got a record on my album that's about to drop called Therapy. And the opening line is I'm going back to therapy. I'm taking y'all there with me. Because it's, again, I'm advocating for it. Like, because it's stigmatized in our community. Like,
it is. And we talk about it often too.
Yeah.
You go to therapy,
try to get them
something
going.
wrong with you. It's like, there's something wrong with all of us at times.
It really is. Yeah.
I be thinking some of y'all need to sit on that motherfucking couch.
Yeah.
Right into me.
Go talk to the lady.
Do you go through a black therapist?
Man, that's funny. That's I've had experiences with black therapists and white therapists, with male and female, and it's so interesting, like the differences.
Yes.
But I think most recently, I had a white therapist. I had a super weird experience with a black therapist where after a few sessions and it was everything was on the up and up, I was actually enjoying it.
Right.
And she just spazzed on me one time. And I don't know if I shared something and it was triggering. But it was like, I think the mom and her came out and she just like literally spazzed on me like I was her son. I was just looking at this lady like,
I ain't coming back for real.
Man, like, that's what's up. Like, you have a good one. Like,
oh, man.
Because I felt like, I mean, I felt like it was her and not me in that sense.
like,
but again, like maybe you need to go talk to somebody.
Yeah, we be saying that out there. It's like, I mean, she got a life too.
Yeah, for sure.
But
I mean, I made peace with it, but I also was like, I ain't going back.
Yeah, like, I don't blame you on that one.
I could just call my mom and have her talk crazy to me about the shit. Like,
sometimes you feel like you're a little too healed.
I probably ain't never felt like that.
Oh, I think so. We like I
said, we have so many different experiences.
We're not gonna take that advice.
I get what you're saying. Yeah, like you don't want to take
I said would be a little toxic, so I don't want to do that.
Oh no, I don't think that's too healed though. I think that's just.
I don't think that's too healed for
sure. to change. Or
I did feel some points, and I was like, "Girl, no, we ain't ready for that yet. We're gonna."
I hear you, but I'm just venting. Sure. I don't need no advice. I know what to do. I know it's wrong that I keep doing the shit, but you ain't gotta tell me. But,
oh man, I feel like finding a therapist is like, man, it's nobody talks about it. Like at least from my experience, when I was scrolling, I'm like, am I supposed to be like, it's like your dating profiles or something. I'm like looking at some photos. I'm reading the paragraph. Like, okay, like. Okay, so black woman here. She got a nice fro. Okay. I think this is my girl.
I mean, but that's real. That's because it's like, what are you looking for? Like one, I guess a safe space. Or, but I found with one of those professionals, it's like the person that had the least in common with me. On the surface level, gave me the like most practical advice, and maybe they were able to step outside of the similarities or differences and just do their job. You know what I'm saying? Because I also had a therapist that I went to college with, and so it was immediately weird.
That is. I would have been like, cancel the session.
Yeah, and I mean, I think he saw it for as much and kind of backed away from it because. It should be impartial. I think it being almost like anonymous is, you're just another client or patient to them is kind of how it should be. But yeah, I mean, it was like no denying. Like he knew exactly who. He knew who I was before I became like a public figure. And like we were peers 20-some years ago. But it's like, yeah, this is weird. Versus like I'm here with this old white dude, and he's just like. So, I don't know you, I don't care. Like,
what's going on?
Yeah. Oh, that's, I'm talking about like, PTSD kind of thing. Like,
that's good.
Wow, that's interesting. That's cool to hear.
And I know this is probably something he's not personally familiar with or he can empathize with, but he's just like, well, you thought about this? And I'm like, damn, even though I know you don't really know what I'm going through, but you can. Maybe it was just from a clinical side of things. So,
Yeah, we go to the same therapist.
I do. But I love that you were able to have that experience with like someone, because I've always heard like, okay, you need to find like, which honestly, I did want to find like a black woman therapist. And it's honestly the only experience. Well, no, it's not the only. I had a phone call with another one. My girl, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was a bad day. She was just like, all right. I mean, if you want to, you can call me back. Like, I was like, all right, I'm not going to call you back.
Not if
so, but I think that's cool to hear as well for the other, like, point of, like, it's open to, like, of course, it's always been open to other races, but it's cool to hear.
I think whatever works for you. That's what I kind of discovered.
Whatever you feel comfortable with. Because I've been to a white therapist as well, and it wasn't bad, to be honest. I thought it was the same, but it was marriage therapy, so it was different than, like, one-on-one. That was a good time, y'all. It was crazy as hell. All right. It was a time was had in that.
Where are we going from here? So do you feel appreciated with all the work that you put in to like provide for your family? It sounds like
that's deep.
You do a lot of like maneuvering. You run. You put your thoughts into your music, and
I feel like you like to take care of everybody.
Yeah, we were honestly like kicking around with other like interviews of you, not being a creeper, but
we was
trying to do some research.
We was doing research, but I did notice that you take care of a lot of people. I like heard an interview. You were talking about your cousins, your parents, of course, your daughter, like, you know. And so I was thinking when I was listening to you, and you say you do a lot for everybody else, but I was like, do people pour into you, or do you?
Yeah, I mean, for sure. I feel like people do have a support system. I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't have made it without my support system, family, friends, otherwise. The idea of like feeling appreciated, I think sometimes it's really important how we identify with ourselves, like versus what we're doing or how we're going about things. Because I've probably felt a way in, like as a human in different times or spaces, but when it starts and ends with my daughter, and it's still like a deep question because like she's so spoiled that you know, at 5 I'm like, she's only known it to be one way, and I'm like, I'm grateful for that, like to have always been able to provide or try to, you know, as they say, like trying to give her a better life than I had or everything that I didn't have. But then the yin and yang of that is like, well, with no struggle, with, you know, having everything that you want or need, you don't really have an appreciation for it, you know, versus people that didn't have or otherwise, you know. And so I think that's part of it. Sometimes it's like, man, you don't want to be too tough on your kid, or you don't want to impose a fake sense of struggle. It's like, well, how will you appreciate, you know, the access or resources that you have, or just, you know, but I mean, I guess past that is, you know, some in between things. But yeah, I mean, I've struggled with that, but I have to feel a layer of like appreciation that for where I am and the way things are, because it could be a lot worse. You could not have it. You could not know how you know.
How it can be a different way.
How do you balance that?
So that's part of it. Is part of my making peace with everything is like, well, hey man, you're here, and for the most part, you got things figured out, and that's a hell of a start.
No, that's major. So you never tell her no.
Nah, I'm definitely working on the nose.
Definitely working on the nose.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna say never, because it's getting crazy. Like, but nah, I mean, it's as far as like, nah, I'm grateful to be able to do whatever I can for anybody else, and I'm equally grateful when people, like you said, pour into me, or I'm the kind of person that is not really. It is literally like the thought that counts. Some people say that, and it sounds like a token thing to say, but that's really true. Like, anybody does anything for me, small or grand, like, I just appreciate being considered or being thought of. Like, if you do something that just lightens my load, it's like, man, that means as much as some big monetary, you know, gift or investment or whatever. Like, if you can save me some time, or it's like, hey, I know you've been working hard, so I'm gonna come get her later today or whenever. Like, things like that. It's like, man, that's you're able to like see the work I'm doing that goes unseen otherwise. And I'm like, things like that. So I appreciate things like that so much that I don't really find like slight or like discontent with where I am, because it's what I'm working for. I'm working to be able to, you know, help
to do those things.
Things to provide. Yeah. So your love language is acts of service.
Maybe not. Maybe in that sense, in a like what is that, like Philo's sense of love, but I guess it's different for, you know, like romantic love or
I get what you're saying.
But yeah, I mean, that's important. But I think time is maybe the most integral love language for me. Like,
that's a good one. That's actually good. Time is good.
That's really
isn't
good.
that one of them? Quality time or something?
Yeah. Quality time is one. That's a good one, actually.
Yeah, I'll be studying too.
Yo, I need another drink. I'm talking to the people. I drank my drink.
Yeah, I'm glad I can answer all the questions, so I ain't have to take another shot. Cause you know what's up with the shadow stuff. I was instantly twisted.
Hey, I was about to say, you want to do another one?
So, as a Nashville native, I grew up in Antioch, so I think people are starting to claim Antioch as Nashville now. Like at least people in Nashville are accepting Antioch. Because growing up, I was like, I'm an Antioch, like, you know, I'm from Nashville. Like, no, you're not. Like, you know, so growing up, how do you feel about all the mass gentrification going on right now in the city? And the change and
inflation.
It's really took a stroke from where you from too.
I
said it's really done a lot from where you from. How do you?
Yeah. It's been East Nashville was one of the first areas to really.
They did. They started knocking down everywhere
with
down
gentrification.
There. Mm-hmm.
I think it's normalized itself to me because it's been such a perpetual thing the last decade plus.
It has, yeah.
I spoke on it at length. I was kind of on my little soapbox about it around 2017 when I did like the Hot Chicken album, and it was like a constant talking point for me at that time, and I realized I was howling at the moon because it's not that I wasn't speaking on it to change anything. It was just an acknowledgement of it because I feel like a lot of people from where we're from, we're like the last to know. We're like, we don't get the information, so we like people where I'm from have been victimized by it, and that's the worst of it. Like as far as business, big business, and otherwise, like. Depending on what side of it you're on, it could be like really beneficial or crucial because it'll displace you. Like, you know, a lot of people aren't able to afford to live in Nashville anymore. Like overall, like the livable wage is, you know, it's displacing people, and it's changing the way like Nashville looks and feels, and that's kind of it's like unfortunate on a lot of levels. And it's also just a sign of the times, the way of the world kind of thing. So I don't like to get like super political otherwise. And like I said, this is not like a new thing that's just happening.
It's not,
But it is what it is. I mean, I challenge people and charge people to try to get out ahead of it as best you can. But, you know, it's putting a lot of people in position to have to sell granny's house. And, and you know, I guess sometimes it's almost like a come up kind of thing. But when you're seeing like even some of your favorite businesses like just disappear, and it's like, well, we could not take this $1.5 million for 1,000 square foot building kind of things. It's like it's prime real estate they're gonna knock it down, put a parking lot right here or high-rise or whatever it might be, and it's like that's you know. But Nashville is just. It means more traffic. It means culturally there's going to be less things for us, so to say. And that's just like the reality of it all. But I don't know. I don't know if that answers it. But
I think it's cool to hear the different viewpoints that I feel like I have. Personally, my mom's side family is all from out east. Like I have a lot of them from out there. But I feel like they also have an older mindset, like kind of like boomer generation of like, nah, that needed to go and da-da-da. And they selling off the house. Like, it was like, instead of thinking the long term, I disagree, but everybody be different about it. And I also didn't grow up in it. So it's different from like my mom who was like, nah, I didn't want to talk about it no more. Like, I'm done with that chapter and this and that.
That too. Everything's
and being
always
able to change circumstances.
We're gonna get into our social media segment. So anything that we have seen trending in the last week.
Are you a social media person? You scroll?
I scroll for sure. It's kind of a lifeline.
Yeah.
When you're in like music is media largely, so it's a conduit, I guess, but. I try not to be too consumed by it because it's a lot of it is very, very poisonous.
It definitely is.
We about to get into some poison.
We about to get into some real poison.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in it like everybody else enough. That's how I discovered you guys' platform was through scrolling. So
no,
that's love.
That was dope. We were super hyped.
But wait, I got a question. Which one is your favorite app?
Favorite app? Probably Twitter, because I'm just a words person. Yeah, I was going back and forth with someone on my team, and they were trying to get me to share something that I shared on one social media. And it was like, you need to put that on Twitter. And I mean, because it's, just kind of a management space. It's kind of their job. Yeah. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And they were like, why not? It's going to get engagement. Because to me, I'm like, well, this is a space for words. And although you can share pictures and other stuff, I'm like, this is more form-fitting here. I like to go on here and read short paragraphs, or it's like an expressive space for the words. So probably Twitter. Reddit's a little OD a lot of times, but yeah, I say Twitter.
Yeah, we're scared of Twitter.
Why?
We haven't posted a clip.
I'm scared to be on Twitter for us, like as a pod. I personally love Twitter more because all the sounds. I like Instagram too, but Twitter is just nonstop funny. I'm not gonna lie. Like it is hilarious.
I think some social mediums are so like aesthetic based or so like visual that Twitter is a safer space.
Exactly.
Like you said, y'all afraid of being dragged and criticism and otherwise. But it's also I mean, I guess it's just give and take because I feel like it's just the words. Like people, I mean, people may be more expressive, more opinionated because they can just leave their words, and people still gonna go through and find pictures and like this.
I like how you say that.
Like,
right. No, I like how you say it's just the words because that's what me and you even talked about. Like we need to just make it just the words. Oh, I didn't know that's.
I'll tap into Twitter now. I be hearing on the other part. I said, wait a minute, who?
That's so funny.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie, she do me. I'm typing it in. I gotta see what we talking about.
Men and women. Let me find it.
I do send time more Twitter stuff than anything, but she be like talking about the Twitter porn.
I do go on there. I was looking at the Twitter porn for sure. Remember when Beyonce's mama, husband, or boyfriend got caught? I went through the likes. It was some crazy shit on there. I said, whoa.
That's why you want to avoid them damn likes.
They did.
But we were wondering, we want to bring up something we saw that was trending.
We don't know if you've seen it though.
Yeah, have you seen the video of Meagan Good and Jonathan Majors and Michael Early?
Yeah.
And like he gave her that big hug and like picked her up and spun her around.
Yeah, light skinned niggas be doing too much. Yes.
We were wondering, like, you think that's disrespectful?
You think that's disrespectful?
Hell yeah. Like I mean, I thought it was funny. I'm just outside looking in, but obviously you put yourself like both sides. I'm like, I ain't gonna pick nobody's gal up hugging. I probably ain't even gonna hug nobody's woman like in their presence. Like it's just boundaries. You know? I mean, not to say they don't have a working relationship or whatever, but it's just I don't think personally, I would never want to do anything that like trigger somebody else's insecurities because you never know how far that shit goes.
Exactly.
And it's like, then on the flip side, I'm like, if I put myself in the space of like this my woman and somebody else do that, I'm gonna be looking at both of them. Like, it ain't. How else can I look at that? Like, unless it's like a relative kind of thing. Like, how happy are y'all to see one another?
Right.
Like, what is this? Like, what,
I was gonna ask, like, have you ever done that to nobody? But no, you seem.
Nah, I wouldn't. Like, if anything, I'm gonna be awkward by being like intentionally distant, and because the same thing happened. Like, I know y'all cooler than there. Why he give you a peace sign? Like, y'all would have hugged if I wasn't there. Like, I've probably been on the other side of that. But it's just like a respect kind of thing, you know. But also just knowing that I've been in spaces where, you know, the question mark, the innuendo, like, oh, is it something there? And I don't want to like cause like clutter or in somebody else's mix or whatever. But I saw it and I was like, this nigga crazy. Like, and then the characters he be playing, the roles he play in most things, like you always be on some other shit, bro. Like,
So actually, no, say, because we talked about this a little bit on the phone and we said we are going to give our honest opinion when we got on here. Would you be upset if that were you?
If my dude,
if you were Jonathan,
if
you was Jonathan, would you be upset?
Y'all,
she don't care about her
honestly,
niggas,
like,
y'all. She don't care about her niggas.
You saying that if you
I'm
was
not
Jonathan,
saying I don't care. I care.
But okay, frame it differently. If you with your guy and a girl like jumps into his arms pretty much when she sees him, because I guess that's the equal opposite. When they embrace, she like leaves her feet, or
exactly.
It's like it's a warmer than average embrace. Like, because I guess to try to put yourself in a male mind frame might be different, but like be honest, like you out with your guy and
you out with D1. D1 that you love.
I'm still working on love and how much I care for people.
So you just
but
don't care
I feel like for the most part, I would have naturally been like, okay, maybe it's I don't know who this is. You know, maybe they're just really good friends. I don't know. When you say the words of somebody like wrapping like legs around somebody, that's different.
No, but even if your man
like picked a girl up and spun somebody around.
Oh, he ain't her got me fucked up. It's a fight. We're already fighting. I'm not Jonathan Majors.
I'm like, dang, is this your cousin that live overseas?
You ain't seen this over forever. No, not me. This one, like Ashley doesn't get jealous at all. Like y'all know that she does not be getting jealous because I just feel like she really don't love these niggas. Because ain't no way in hell that is me, Jonathan. Like his face expression, that's how I would have been. His face expression is how I would have been.
I would be awkward. But I feel like sometimes I can be awkward in general, but I would just be like...
You were like, maybe, like the fact that you question it,
that's what I'm saying.
You're still triggered by it. Like,
I be trying to like not over-assume.
But that's to me like seeding into somebody's insecurities and the idea of like, if you, like you either gonna shrug your shoulders and like, I don't know what that is, I don't care.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like, you know, even if you gotta raise your eyebrow to it, it's like,
I mean, if I raise my eyebrow, I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to ask you.
But the crazy thing is, he didn't even speak to Jonathan after he did that.
No, I did see something. It was a longer clip.
And it was?
He spoke to dude first.
Oh,
and I'm like, context does matter.
It
does matter. See, that's why Twitter is scary.
So
that is, because I thought I seen the whole video.
Clip, I'm like, all right, that is very different, but it's still like, what you doing, bro? Like,
so did he dap him? I didn't actually see the long clip. Did he dap him up, or like he just said like, "Hey" from afar?
I think he hugged him as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Everybody getting hugs. I mean, if I got a hug,
that
I'm
made
like,
more
okay.
sense for it not to be in a reaction, because I could see a space where I just walk off and leave them there together. Like y'all just keep doing your pickup hug thing. Like
y'all think this is cute?
Ballet.
See you outside.
That's
no. I had this one time. It was this one time I was talking to this guy and he was there with, I guess like the waitress or whatever. She was coming up, the bottle girl or whatever. She was coming up and giving him a shot, but I was like walking up and she gave him a shot and it was only them two taking a shot. I'm like, I like a shot too. And then she gonna walk away and bring him a Red Bull. When the fuck did he ask for that? I'm like, when the fuck did you ask for a Red Bull? So you just know he wants a Red Bull? I don't like that.
I've been there where like, the same thing, like you said, without seeing a longer clip. I've been there where somebody is interacting or engaging with me, not necessarily a hug, pickup kind of thing. And it's like, you don't acknowledge my date or my significant other. And it's like, that's weird. They get touchy because it's like, now I'm getting attacked. Like, I ain't tell her not to speak to you, you know what I'm saying? She just walked up and it's like, oh, hey. And so it obviously becomes, well, who was that? Which I was like, man, I went to 6th grade with her. Like, she don't know. I get it on the other end, but like, again, like, I'm not going to embrace or interact with somebody's woman without acknowledging who they with, and I'm for sure not hugging and picking them up kind of thing. Like,
That's real.
The hugging picking up was wild.
That's crazy because I feel like if people were having a conversation, like if somebody walked up and started a conversation with you and it's like, I see getting a little, I'll walk away. That's when I'm like, all right, I'll just go ahead. Like, and
that's
I'm
what
not,
I said. I'll leave.
I don't like
I
to.
would have left.
I'm not. I'm like Jonathan. I'm looking. I'm Meg coming
I
between
want to watch the whole hug.
Megan was trying to make it better though. She was like, "Oh, picture."
Yeah,
I was like, "No, for real," because she probably wasn't expecting it either.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was just our
She
little.
lifted them legs up, I think. Like,
Bump the knees, bending the knees
Yeah,
like a Barbie
exactly.
doll.
exactly.
I love that.
All right. So next, we want to get into our segment.
Yes,
Bitch, I smell good.
Bitch, I smell too
Okay.
good.
Okay. So today we have. What is this called?
This is the Damn, we didn't had all those shots, y'all. Caroline.
It is Caroline.
It's Caroline, but I just don't know which one. She has like 4
It is
different
the
flavors.
black sparkly girly. Okay, we
I
are not
forgot.
professional perfume reviewers, which
We say this all the time.
we really do. But we do love to smell good, and so we have our friend here.
And since he loves taking a girl to a restaurant, make her feel rich.
Make her feel rich. All right. Okay. I know that's right. When I heard that, I said, yeah.
So we need you to tell us where you gonna take her to if she's wearing these.
Let's see. Let me spray it on. We gotta do our test spray.
Yeah.
Hold on. Where's the thing at? Can I spray? You want to spray in the air? I don't know how you kind of.
I ain't spraying that on me for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel that.
Okay, we smell that. Where
Yes.
are you taking her to?
Sonic. Nah. Where am I taking it to?
Ooh. I feel like that smells so
It's
good.
I do.
probably J. Alexander's.
Oh,
It's-
J. Alexander.
Middle of the road, I think. I guess.
J. Alexander. I want to go if I'm
Where do
wearing
you want to head
this.
to if you're wearing this?
I don't know. It's intense.
Is it? What kind of scents do you like?
He's not feeling it. He said
Like florals, sweet,
vanilla,
masculine, like
yeah, the musk.
the musk.
Nah, definitely not the musk.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, I
I
know
should
what you
really
mean.
love that. Yeah.
Probably, I guess sweet. If sweet's different than floral.
No, they are.
But-
That's good.
But
Yeah.
that, I don't know. I said J. Alexander just because it's like not a outputting or it's pleasant, I guess. But that almost feels like dressy.
Mm.
Like,
Mm.
I don't know.
Little black dress.
Yeah, maybe that might be a little bit more dressed up than that.
I
Than
kinda-
Jay's.
Yeah, I kind of want some oysters. It doesn't give C, y'all. It does not give C at all. But I'm just thinking for myself. I haven't had them in a minute, and I'm kind of craving them right now. So I'm going for oysters.
I feel like she's a little powdery.
Yeah,
Is that what
she's
that is?
powdery.
She's
She's
bright.
floral.
Does that,
you
does
know?
that qualify as more dressed up? Like
It's-
It is.
like
Powdery
semi-formal?
will kind of be, a little bit
It's-
more formal.
She's got a nice little pump, She may be going to.
She's definitely going out at night.
She's going out somewhere.
Yeah.
She may be,
That's
not
what I'm saying.
having
That
too
ain't
much
really
of a time.
That ain't a first date fragrance, I guess. So do y'all do that since y'all got the segment?
Mhm.
Your fragrance is depending on where you're going.
Yeah,
or-
we just tell the girls where
want
to
to
go.
wear it to.
Yeah, we'll tell the girls like where we
What
want to
kind
wear
of
it
day
to.
we want to have with it on.
And this
Yes.
one is affordable too, y'all, because I know we be doing some that's like $400, $300, but this one's very affordable. It's only like $170, so it's not that bad. And this is the small one. I feel like this one runs
she's a
at
grown
90.
woman for real.
Yeah,
And
he
she's
is
with
a
her
grown
husband
woman.
somewhere. I
No,
don't know
Yeah.
where are you going.
They didn't drop the kids off.
I'm finna be smelling.
They was
like
out for an hour.
Smelling like a woman that's going out for semi-formal.
It's cool to have a male perspective. So
No, it really is. So that's good because we be saying all the time where we're gonna wear it too, but we don't have men to be like, "Yep, you're right."
Yeah, just don't be musty. That's just rule number one. Whatever.
That's right. Have you ever went on a date and a girl stunk, and you were like, "I can't even finish this"?
like at the point of the date, like
Yeah.
that's a lot. That's crazy. Nah. Fortunately, like I never like smelled nobody from like dinner table kind of thing. I've been out though, like out and about club, bar hopping kind of thing. I'm like, damn, like you've been out, like, you've been moving around all day. Like in my head, probably I've been there before, but it wasn't probably I was out with that person. Just
like, damn, girl, you've been dancing.
You left the why, didn't you? Like,
you left the why.
But not fortunately, like I never had that experience, like being out on a date and felt like that.
Have you ever got back home?
Yeah, hell yeah.
Do you just like, you know what? It's all right. Did you try to play it off?
You cuddle? At least you just be like,
or do you be like, she already here, I might as well go all the way through?
Nah, I think it's depending on where you're coming from, it just might make sense to get in the shower. Like that's just just being grown up about it. Like, because like you said, especially if it's like getting home kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like I think hooking up and it's levels, I guess. And but yeah, you should just kind of know it's 95 degrees outside right now. If you wherever you heading after being out, like freshen up, be an adult.
We would hope, not
Not
everybody lives the same life.
Not everybody lives that.
Not everybody lives the same life.
Sure, but as far as like that's just happened before, I guess. But some people can manage their pHs and shit better, I guess.
Ladies, you heard it here. Manage the pH. We told you this when we talked about getting waxed, getting laser. You were going to those appointments. I don't know why you wouldn't shower. So, ladies, please just keep the baby wipes in the car, I guess. Help you so you can help the men. All right, you guys.
You like to cuddle.
Sorry. Kept it cute.
Kept it cute, right?
She can't get into bed with dirty clothes.
Oh,
we are super happy to have you, though. Not gonna lie. We're like, hey. So
we never had a guest yet. We're like, oh my God, like. All right.
I'm glad to be the first to be the cherry popper.
We should have said
I couldn't help it.
All right, you guys, we are going to take another shot, because we are about to get into just some things that we want to know. I feel like the ladies want to know. We want to know.
Holy moly.
So, So we're going to take a shot before we get into it. All right, cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Frennns. I can't reach y'all, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah, just.
Clean.
Oh, shit.
Damn it, Bobby. I meant to get the Trader Joe's.
Oh, no, Chase. Fuck.
Ooh.
What shadow pit in here?
It's not that bad. I'm so sorry, Brittany.
You did that
the
on
chair
purpose.
is okay. The chair is okay.
Yeah, sorry, Brittany. I spilled some on the carpet.
Clean your room.
This is a triple.
Yeah.
There's a reason y'all did not choose this. I just want everybody on camera to see this glass.
Ashley's not taking her shots, y'all.
They keep pouring them
and tell her
right
to take her
here.
shots.
The first one I did pour crazy. I'm not gonna lie. Ty poured it right here. Look at everybody.
You poured the first one.
Ty got a cute little teeny glass. You got a nice green. You know what I'm saying?
A green block. I feel like y'all's. Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Some I don't.
Y'all, this is two besties on the couch. We be getting fucked up. She need to take her shots.
Wow. I was trying not to embarrass myself.
In
the living room.
I don't think I had a drink in a podcast interview space. Nah, I had a drink in the studio last night. But like on camera.
The pod? Oh, we gotta come back. We get a nice little.
Yes, we have to.
We warmed it up, so.
We want to do like a high episode because we don't smoke.
Whoa.
I don't smoke anymore.
We don't smoke, and I want us to do like an edible.
This is a lot for me.
I ain't doing that shit.
I know. I think it'd be such a good episode.
It's crazy. In Vegas, when we went to our friends, we had our edibles out there.
I was smoking then.
Oh.
Yeah, that was
crazy time.
I know y'all had a time. Not y'all not telling a Vegas story.
No, well, let's be clear. We didn't have a time. It was a collective.
A collective. My bad, y'all.
Exactly. It was a collective.
Oh,
A time was had. Just A
I
big
think
group.
honestly,
For sure.
it
I should have
was.
just went
I don't remember the whole
no trip.
but
That's how you know what time was had.
this is gonna get sat down. That's what's happening.
I didn't know what you was doing with it. Okay,
Respectfully,
y'all. I'm
y'all.
sorry.
That shot is too big.
Okay,
Some
y'all.
of them pictures popped up in my memories like randomly. One day we was day party at the pool, wherever we were. It was random as hell. But
Do you still go out to Vegas often?
I do. Not as much as I used to before I had a kid. I lived in Vegas at one time.
Oh,
so
really?
I used to go like monthly at least.
Yeah.
And I probably go maybe 3 or 4 times a year now, if that often. I go to a lot of the boxing matches, like the big fights. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's
actually
dope.
dope. Yeah.
That actually
Yeah.
We
seems
want to
fun.
do that.
We
yeah.
gonna do that one.
We are. We wanted to do that.
yeah,
I seen the fight out there
we
last
did
night. I was
talk
like,
about
dang,
that.
we should
Yeah.
have went out there. Because that looks
before
fun.
sports betting was like legal damn near everywhere. I used to go out there and do that a lot. And that was even moving out there was kind of on that kind of time. That was like 10 years ago, though, I think. So.
Hey, we need to ride the wave.
Yeah, we're slacking.
Get our money up.
All right. So I want to know for you two, I guess for me as well, what are your 3 non-negotiables in a relationship?
Ooh, that's
3
hard.
non-negotiables. I gotta start.
It don't
It's
matter.
like
If you want.
I want you to start since you don't really be caring about these niggas. So like,
Yeah, go ahead and start, Ashley.
ooh,
I don't get mine together.
that's
Maybe you think. I'll think of one and then you say one.
okay.
Cheating is a
I
non-negotiable.
feel
I
like
don't play
that's
that
like
shit.
not even a negotiable. That's not even on the table.
Depends on
People,
what kind of
girls.
relationship you're
Exactly.
in.
As I say, it's a lot of girls that stick around for cheating. And
then
that's a non-negotiable. I'm not staying around if you cheat on me.
I thought that was an easy
'Cause I be
grab. That's like
jealous.
pressing. That's like the little free spot on bingo.
I'm gonna give me a note card in a minute. I got some questions too.
I have a note card. I have an extra one. If you want one.
What would mine be?
I don't feel
That's
bad.
honestly being a picky eater. I'm a foodie, y'all. I feel like that's not as
Okay.
serious, but I like really.
Man, that's so crazy.
I
That's a
just
good one,
like. I can't deal with you. Okay, chicken tender.
I said the mixtape I put out yesterday. I said cut my last chick off. She didn't want to open her mind and try sushi. And when I wrote it, I thought it was the most absurd thing to say in a rap or like to express. But it's exactly what you said. Like, I'm a foodie. Like,
Yes.
I don't think you have to like everything that,
But at
that
least
I like,
try
but
it.
try it. Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so,
I hate
Because
those.
that's the bigger
We
part
get
of
so
it, like
mad
you
about
said.
that.
Open up your mind. Like,
yeah, so maybe not the food part, but close-minded
Close-minded, period.
maybe would be a non-negotiable.
No,
like,
for real.
facts.
because one of my buddies told me something that always stuck with me. Like, if you can't change my mind, or if I can't change your mind, I don't want you around. I don't want to be around you.
Ooh.
And when I heard that, it was like powerful. It was my
That
homeboy Snap
is a
down
heavy
in
hitter.
Jacksonville. He said it, and it was like wisdom, man. He's like way younger than me, and I was like, damn, like that was like my head exploded. Like, yeah, that's real. Like, and so for sure in a relationship, like if we can't influence each other's like at least range of thoughts or perspectives on things, like, so that would be one of mine is like closed-mindedness. Like if you're just so stuck in your ways, then just stay over there in your own way.
Exactly.
That would be one for me. Another one is I don't know how to phrase it as far as a non-negotiable, but it's like communication. Like if you can't articulate or express your feelings, or you don't want to talk about things, you don't want to talk it out, like what we doing?
Or even be open to,
yeah.
because sometimes people can hear you talk, but they are not up for understanding how you feel and stuff like that. So I feel that 100%.
Or we going through something and you just shut down. And it's like,
cannot do a shutdown.
I can't do a shut. I
What
hate that
scares
shit so
me
much.
is, like, I feel like at times on here, on the pod, my awkwardness and nervousness have not allowed to shine fully, but like people that are extremely well with words, like beyond, like, it's just like, okay, I feel like I'm to an extent good with words when it comes to having conversations that are intense, but like and people that like dance around and just like bouncing, like
instead of giving you a direct answer.
Hey.
Yeah, they're trying to
slow down now. Like, I'm not trying to have a word game off with you right now. That to me, it scares me, but not because it's a bad thing, but it's just necessarily, I guess it's
the
more
manipulation.
So, yeah,
that's the manipulation of it. You're trying to use your words.
I feel like I was with someone at a point when it was like we were both really good with words, and the majority of the times I'm the one that's usually better with words. But it was challenging, which was fun. But when it wasn't fun, it wasn't fun.
Yeah. I think a judgmental person. I can't be with the judge. That's a non-negotiable.
Yeah, that's tough.
Yeah, that one is tough.
Because I feel like we all have different walks of life. Like, no human is perfect whatsoever. It doesn't matter what someone did over there. You're not perfect as well. It doesn't matter if you have done that or not. And the fact that you go around judging people, I can't do it. I don't like that. And I like what you said. Going back to what you said someone that isn't open-minded. But you know what? Some men, y'all do be saying that. But then when y'all get with a woman and she has like her own opinion, I feel like sometimes men kind of get irritated with that. That kind of happened to me in a relationship. Like I don't close my mouth. Like, like I'm saying what I want. And I'll let a man lead. But if I feel like you're leading us in the wrong direction, I'm going to redirect. Because I feel like that's what I'm here for. That's why you pick me as a partner.
Yeah, for real.
But sometimes men will let their pride get in the way. And when you're trying to like tell them like, let me redirect this, they kind of get a little irritated with that. That's kind of happened in my previous relationship. Like that's the reason why or whatever, because one of those reasons. But I do love how you're actually saying that you like that and you're okay with that. Because I feel like it takes two people, to make a unit.
Yeah, I mean, what are you in a relationship for if it's not a team building, if it's not a team sport?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's just evolving to that point because I ain't always look at things like that, and I probably wasn't receptive to it, like taking someone's criticism or taking someone's feedback or perspective on things wasn't always like the easiest thing or the most natural thing because I think we hardwired, we conditioned to think we right. Like that's just
that's true.
Like I'm my only child. Like I'm spoiled and otherwise. But like in truth, like whatever my non-negotiables or expectations are, I gotta also expect those things of myself. And like that's just being real. Cause like what we doing, we gotta meet in the middle and arrive like where we are with each other. I was trying to think of a third. I said open-mindedness. I don't even remember my second one. Communication. Yeah, like right. Use your words. Like, did I have a third one? But I did like that one. I think that's real as well. But
what's yours, Ashley? You only said one. No, you said two.
I said two.
What was it two? So I think
she said smacked, y'all. That's why I didn't even.
That's crazy.
You still got a hold.
I'm literally like.
You got a hold.
She said what I
said. No.
No, you said the words, and then you said the foodie.
Oh yeah.
They can't have open mind. Yeah. I'm gonna put these on the screen, y'all.
That's something I feel like I'm anal about. It's the difference between like dirty and messy. Ooh. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I was thinking that.
Like, and I was thinking that too, but I don't know if it's a non-negotiable. Like motivation as well. Like, hey, like we can both do this.
Oh wait, you talking about that?
But like, we're clean up. You're
talking about a nigga being dirty?
Yeah.
Oh, that's yeah. See, I thought that was what they were cheating. You can't be with a nigga that's dirty. And if you dirty, just pay somebody to clean it. Y'all so lazy.
I guess I don't want to just piggyback y'all answers, but that's for sure like a priority because relationships are about balance too. I feel like you got to be able to strengthen each other's weaknesses. So wherever you feel like you lacking, you should be with somebody that splits the difference and brings it.
I strongly believe in that.
And so, like, I know for some people, it would be like, oh, she got to be able to cook. But it's like, well, I know how to cook, so that ain't a deal breaker for me. I don't want to cook all the time, so it would be great if someone could or if that was a strength for them. but it ain't a deal breaker. It's not a non-negotiable.
I feel like if you get with someone
So-
that's open to learning, they're gonna be, you know what I'm
But if
saying?
you ain't figured it out by 9,
Yeah,
I don't want to be a guinea pig. You know, like don't be making that bullshit for me. Like, we can just accept that ain't your thing. And, you know, let's just go out there.
Yeah,
let's
just
go out
order
there.
like some takeout.
Or I got it. You know. But,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I think
yeah.
I think a non-negotiable is man, I guess tidiness. I was thinking being prompt. That's maybe that's because you already used that one as far as being clean. So I say being prompt. Like I'm annoyed by having to wait on somebody. Like, and if you don't value my time or value your own time, it's like I need somebody to keep me on point. You know,
Right.
accountable for like, and because that's all like with like being like organized and otherwise like these is places that I feel like I lack at. So I gotta be with somebody that's gonna like bring me up to that. Like, hey, you know, you got to do this at this time, and like that shit matters. Like I've talked like I got to do this at 4. It's like I'm rushing. They're like, oh, it's cool. You'll get there when you like. Nah, I don't look at it like that because my time is valuable, so I ain't gonna play with nobody else's time, kind of thing. So,
I love that.
Yeah, I think that's might be a quirky one, but I think being prompt, being
that's
like
really good, actually.
accountable of time.
Striving to it for same. I was early today though, wasn't I, Brendan? Brendan was surprised.
Yeah, I was surprised too. He was early.
He said, "Whoa!" I said, "Don't do me." I pulled up with the Bojangles and everything. I was so proud of myself. But my last one would be not supporting me. I think that's so big.
Honestly, that is a very huge one. Oh, I can't believe about that.
Yeah, that's a huge one. More important than being prompt.
I'm not gonna lie, supporting one.
That's number one for me.
Yeah, being a creator, like being creative people here, I feel like you have to support me because I feel like we're already in our head a lot, whether this is good or not. And if you're sitting there and you're like,
facts.
Then, you know, I'm hesitant to put something out or, you know, it's not going to get put out because I'm in my head and you're not giving me any feedback or you're just not supporting me.
And you're throwing shade on it because you're taking your
jealous sometimes.
And you're just projecting because
you're not doing shit.
Yeah, you think I got the audacity to do something when I could really pour into you as well to have the courage to do it.
Or you are, but they're just being bitter and they don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think support got like different forms.
That is facts.
Because I don't like, I agree that support is important, but like, I don't need you to be front row of my shows to feel supported. I don't need you to dissect my lyrics and be like a fan of the artistry on some like super like hyper level. Like support is literally like, I'm going to studio for 10 hours and it's something to eat waiting on me when I get back, or you know what I'm saying? It's like isn't the like support sometimes just awareness and like not ignoring it kind of thing.
See, that's that active service right there.
Yeah, for sure. But well, I mean, I was just making an example.
I love that. But no, that's true though. Yeah.
But it's like sometimes like you just need a listening ear or a sounding board or someone just like receptive or aware of where you are and what you're doing. It's not necessarily like you need me to go there and set some shit up. Like, nah, I got it. But, you know, outside of that, like, if you can make the rest of this shit comfortable, like, it probably would be cool for me. Or,
I think mine is just like words of affirmation. Like, just tell me, like, I see what you're doing and I'm proud of you. It's just simple as that. Or sending flowers to my house. Send the flowers for sure.
I think I've had a lot of moments where I'm like super anxious. I did like mobile bartending at one point and I had someone, and it was like my biggest events that I was doing, and they would just be like, I don't know, what was it? It'd be like, I don't know why you're doing all that, or it'll be like, hey, can you help me like carry this downstairs? I got something else to do. I was like, dang, that's crazy.
And even as a man, you should carry the shit anyway. I was like doing a lot
of stuff all day, and I've been like working on this for a week, and hey, like, you got a laptop. I don't got a laptop. Can I like use your laptop real quick? I need it for this. I was like, dang, that's crazy.
That's the same nigga you pulled up on? Like,
no, it's not. No. That was back.
Hey, you need to let him go if that was him. Just let it go.
Like, what do you do to you?
No, but it's different. So
yeah, it's just like, help me. I mean, honestly, though, if you see me walking downstairs with a lot of bags and you're the man, you need to be doing that. That's not even support. That's your job. Like, why am I even walking down the stairs with all of this shit? That's not even support. To me, that should just be automatic.
I'm practicing the energies of like, okay, like it's a man here, like I'm gonna let you get this. Do you feel like, are you the type to automatically like up and grab something or?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel like my mom raised me that way though. Like, it's, some things is programmed, you know. Yeah, being a gentleman or you know, masculine, feminine things. Some things are programmable or in you or learned, and I mean, yeah, for sure. I'm not
I was gonna ask, how do you feel about like right now everything just being like 50-50, like women doing half of everything, or do you like according to women and being the provider?
I think, like I mentioned, like it being a team sport or team building, I for sure think us being a unit, a collective. I haven't done a marriage thing where it's an actual formal like business deal, because that's the way I view marriage. But but overall, I think, you know, two heads are better than one. Bringing something to the table, like, don't make me like be the table too, like hold all this shit up. But bringing something to the table is a plus.
Yeah.
That whole 50-50 argument, same thing. Like I was raised and kind of taught or shown that men are supposed to provide, like on a surface blanket level. But I also, like, coming of age, you see like women more so with this like almost like Renaissance spirit of like independence, and I got my own, and it's like, well, that's cool too. But I for sure don't want nobody that's like helpless and needy and I gotta cover everything, because it's like, now you a bill or like almost like a nuisance. So I don't want to, like, protecting and providing is the standard. That's practical. That's basic. But I would like in a situation to know if everything went left, everything went bad, that we'll be all right, or like that you got me. Like that's that's kind of like ideal, or you know. So, but I do think like we really in this together. Like, to me, ideally, like a woman having like business acumen, having some of that, like going for herself already, is like, you should be able to bring me a good idea, and that I can see it into, and or you take the lead on it, and just like let me, you know, fill in the blanks as well. Like that's attractive to me. Like that you can hold your own. Like, as a man, I ain't gonna let you do the heavy lifting if I can help it. But 50-50, that's a funny ass debate to me, because I feel like whatever works. You know?
Me too. I hate the 50-50 talk. I think that it's whatever works for you and your partner.
Yeah.
Like, women just pick up I'm not going to say slack, but I just feel like if you're stronger in some areas and I'm stronger in some areas, then it works.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? So, do you believe, because you're a man at a higher stature, do you believe that a woman, it doesn't matter if she doesn't work for you to date her? Because we hear this a lot. Men that are higher up, they're like, it doesn't matter about what a woman has.
What you mean by higher stature?
Like a higher status. Like, you know, well, like somebody that has their own, that you like to be a provider. Because remember the podcast that we listened to, and he was talking about a woman doesn't have to have her own. And we were like, bro, for you, in order to meet the woman, she has to have something to get.
Right, we do feel that way.
We do feel that way, yeah.
So what's the question again? Is her not working?
So basically, because I feel like you're higher, you know, you have a higher stature, you know, to your name or whatever. But do you feel like it's really necessary if a woman has her own coins, basically?
It's attractive. It's more attractive. Like, yeah, hell yeah, it's more attractive. Like, I'm just being real. I ain't gonna dance around it. Like, I don't want a charity case. I don't want dead weight. I got a kid. Like, I got a broke best friend, as they say. Like, that I always want something, and is very needy, and that's my duty. I ain't trying to pick that up along the way. Like, I'm way more attracted to somebody having their own thing going on. Like, I've been there where it's like I may have enough going on to where like what you're doing is an afterthought. Like, we'll be straight with it, but that's bonus. Like, it's not like, oh, quit your job, you straight kind of thing. Yeah. But more than that, like, I think having a career is honestly more attractive than a job. And do what you got to do to make ends meet. But like having a passion project, having something that you like believe in, something that you are really like investing your time into it for a bigger, greater vision. Like that's the kind of things that's attractive to me. Like, cause for somebody to like, it ain't about like the money. I know you said coins, but it's less the money and more like the drive or the ambition. Cause if I meet somebody and they like not in the workforce, or like my immediate question is like, what are you doing? Like, if you're fortunate enough to be able to survive without being able to work, like more power to you. You might be a nepo baby or something, but like, what do you want to do? What are your dreams? What are your goals? And on the flip side, it's like you'll probably have too much time on your hands, because like I'm busy. I got things I gotta do, and I got things I want to do. If you doing nothing, I probably ain't gonna be able to fit you into that, because it's like you're gonna probably want more than I got to give you. So I think relationships sweet spot is meeting in the middle.
Yeah, because every time women that make money and they're talking to another man and they're talking about it, just like on different interviews, I always hear the man say, they're like, well, her money doesn't matter. And I understand that money, like, it's not everything.
Nah, it matters though.
But I was thinking like just having goals, having, aspirations, like that stuff matters. Like, I just don't believe that anybody wants a woman that just sits around and do absolutely nothing while you're working all day. The house is still dirty. You come home, like there's still nothing.
Nobody wants nobody that does that.
Nobody,
Issa wasn't even putting up with that on Insecure. Yeah,
that's why she cheated.
Insecure with Lawrence.
That's
like Lawrence was,
that's a crazy show, man.
You seen it, Lawrence?
Yeah, I saw every
moving on that idea
episode.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not gonna lie. I was sad when she cheated though, because I'm a true lover girl.
I was hot at her.
You was hot?
Yeah, I was hot.
I was hot. I ain't gonna lie, because it was like they just got back kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? And it was like her and Lawrence, they was good. And I'm rewatching it because I watched the show 1,000 times. But when I was watching it and she did that, I was hot, boy. I was like, and my feelings was hurt. Because I'm such a lover girl. I don't like people to cheat. I get upset when people be cheating on people, especially in movies. I be about to cry.
I think Issa was just like...
Ashley said, hey.
Just kept going about life, you know what I'm saying?
I would have done. She was talking in the camera like, Issa, cheat on that nigga.
But
you know what I'm saying? She was just young and living.
The idea, like, I guess this is a male perspective, or this is my perspective. I don't know how nobody else think, but having your own, so to say, like when I say like it matters versus when I'm saying like it doesn't matter, like your funds ain't gonna make or break like my quality of life, or so to say. The opposite of that is like, what are your standards? Because a lot of people arrive, or some women, or just the age we in, be it social media, like some people arrive with the standard or expectation of like, not only is a guy supposed to sweep me off my feet, but he's supposed to like upgrade me, and it's like, well, what was your standard before you got here? And it's like, not putting labels of brand names, but you already driving a Benz with your own place and making X amount, like, or these are the places that you frequent. Then like meeting you there is like, oh, okay, that's what's up. Like, and then there's a space where it's like, oh, you haven't experienced these things. Let me show you something else. But I think it should be equal parts like inspiration of like, and that's where it's like, well, what do you want for yourself? You should want these things for yourself, not just from me.
And they should happen with you or without you, regardless.
Yeah, right.
That's how I believe. Yeah. I believe that you should be the man that you want to date. Yeah. Like, not saying you need to be the man, but you need to be the woman in his life as the man that you want to date. So you want to date a successful man. I think you may not have to be as successful, but you need to have something under your belt as well. And your mindset as well needs to be kind of, I don't know, you can't just always take from people in this world. Like,
for sure.
That's not how life works.
It's a lyric. I keep referencing these lyrics because I promote my album. The
I know that's right. You better promote that album.
But I was like, I'm trying to figure out if she's the one. I was told I gotta be the one. In order to give, gotta receive something, or the other way around. You know, gotta give to receive something. It's like that's the pattern of thought of like, you want something out of somebody else, but what are you offering? Like I said, what do you bring to the table? And it's like, I don't know. I'm big on reciprocity, and that's that probably should have been my third non-negotiable. Like, are we meeting in the middle? Because I live. One of my mantras is start where you are. Like, and that being
me too. Start
the key to like being progressive way of being or thought or everything is like, I can't really fix or change yesterday, but I can start right here and you know, toward like a better today or tomorrow or whatever. So that's for sure. That was just kind of my thought on that. Like, I ain't gonna say I don't gotta meet you and you gotta be all the way up, but at least I hope that's where you want to be, or at least be taking baby steps
to get to,
in gear, so to say. Like, and just the same, like, I guess when you said high, you didn't say high value, that's some other shit, but you said high stature.
Yeah.
Like, I've met and dealt with like women in that space that's probably 6-figure incomes, very self-sufficient, bossed up. And it's like, I've known some of them to like be the loneliest people in certain spaces because maybe they expect a man to be at whatever threshold, and then even if they meet them, it's like a tug of war because they so bossed up that they ain't receptive to, like you said, to a lead and a follow aspect. They in such a leadership position in every other facet of their life that it's like, I really ain't trying to hear nothing that a nigga gotta say, kind of thing, or you know, and for sure. And some of them probably only dealt with like, I don't want to call it low hanging fruit, but people that didn't have as much going for themselves, and it may have been some complex.
And they were mine, like men were mine, eating off of that woman. You know, some men they don't care.
Yeah,
they'll eat off of a woman. I'm like, I don't even know where they find them at. I don't. They don't hang out over here. But no, that's crazy to me. But no, I do feel that. And I feel like there are a lot of women that are high up that they do. That's why I kind of said the 50-50, but I didn't mean as in roles, as in playing money-wise, but just the masculine roles. Like they're not wanting men to lead in their households and things like that. I think that it's important for a man to lead. But, you know, sometimes like people, you know, we're just humans, so we can get off track. So you just got to, you know, detour men back to where they're supposed to be at. And that's the beautiful thing about being a partnership.
Oh, that's
Actually, what you got to say? Just drunk.
Yeah, man. That's crazy.
Bro, I can't. I'm like
1 1/3 of a shot.
Ashley ain't had nothing to say, y'all, because she's drunk as hell. Anyway, we're just.
I thought we were like
one more. This is our last sex question for our cherry whip. Do you mind bringing toys into the bedroom?
Oh.
Yeah, I've been wanting to ask me that.
I did.
I was like, wait, I didn't know that was on the table.
I texted to it earlier.
I think your bedroom should be your own, you know, world, and it should be insulated, and whatever you do to, I guess, reasonably is what it is. I think it should be between your partner, like, as long as y'all on the same page, was understood.
Yeah.
I think like if a woman does that stuff on her own time or whatever else, like you should be just as comfortable like with me and around me doing the same. And I guess it's a range there, but I think what is a relationship if it's not to explore Like
That's true.
That's
like
fun.
there's hookup culture, and then there's
Then there's
like
relationship.
actual involvement or whatever. So if you're not comfortable where you're actually involved, like what the hell you doing out here? Like
Facts. What is one of your non-negotiables that you're not doing in the bedroom? You're like, I'm not doing that shit.
we're not. Yeah, we're not going toward the back door or none of that
I
stuff.
knew
I
it.
guess
I knew it was heading that way
I
too.
knew
I was
it
trying to
was
wait.
I think. I mean,
Black men do not play with that shit. Not a little back door.
Non-negotiables. Past that. I'm I don't know if I'm that vanilla, but yeah.
No, I think that's facts. Like a lot of men, they're not going in the back door. A lot of men aren't. What's one of your non-negotiables?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's yours?
So what's your non-negotiable you're not doing in the bedroom? Surely, y'all.
I'm like, bro.
What's
I don't do the back door either, y'all. I'm sorry.
So what are you saying?
I don't care about
not
the
like
lube,
going back
whatever
there?
you got.
Wait, you're saying nobody can stick it to the back door?
No,
But you would do it to the back door to a man.
I didn't say
I was
that.
asking. That's
I didn't say that. Who said that? Who said that?
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah.
The gooch. The gooch as far as you going. I'm trying to think of my non-negotiable, y'all. Y'all know I don't have one. I don't have
Because you
any.
just had an episode, you're like, I always expect that.
Yeah. I would do that. I don't think my non-negotiable is, I guess it's not non-negotiable because I tried it. I don't like being tied up though. It's just the restriction. I feel like claustrophobic. I think I
tried that. I've never tried it though.
God,
I would be open to it.
It's like when you want to be free, you can't. Your arms are like, I'm about to break my damn arm. I'm trying to think though. I don't have anything that I would not do. I wouldn't do two guys. I wouldn't do that. That's something that I would not do. But I guess if you're talking about me and my partner, I don't know. There's nothing that I feel like I would not try. So I don't have a non-negotiable with me and my partner. Come on, Ashley.
How y'all feel about two girls since it's two besties on the couch?
It's so funny. We just said that in our last. Was it our last one or the episode 17? No, it was episode 17.
We are on a two besties on a couch, but not that kind of couch.
Not that kind of couch at all. And we just want to reiterate that.
Yep.
We said we wanted to have a threesome, but I'm like, because I'm like, who would the girl be? Like, I have to not know her.
About that,
I was lost. Sorry, I went somewhere else. You said we said. I was like, oh.
Oh no, like we talked about it on the pod.
Yeah,
like,
we had a previous episode where we brought that up and how we go about it, and it's like, oh, how do you find somebody? And would either of us be too attached? I feel like I wouldn't. I would be okay with having one.
What episode?
But I feel like I wouldn't want it to be. I wouldn't want it to be my man. I'm sorry. Like,
she wants it to
like
not be her man. Yeah.
No, like don't church it up now. Like I feel like if I love you, see that's why I'd be like I realize like I don't know how deep I like love people. It's like different.
That's crazy though.
Why is it crazy?
I mean, it's crazy because I guess you're saying you want the experience, but you don't want the emotional, whatever that would come with somebody you're involved with. And it would be easy, I guess, for a dude to feel like, damn, you want the experience, but you don't want me to have the experience, or you're going to give the experience to somebody that doesn't mean as much. But I get it too on the end of like, if you come out on the other end of it and feel something else, then it just thaws out what y'all had going. But
yeah, I wouldn't want to do that.
Curious
the love of my life.
It to indulge, but I guess I don't know. I got different feelings about that whole.
Have you ever had a threesome
together?
No. Like
I think I'm funny. I'm sorry.
We having a time.
But yeah, I have.
Was it enjoyable or was it too much work?
It wasn't too much work. It's a hit or miss kind of thing. But what you described is why I said it's crazy, because more times than not, I've heard or discovered that people's feelings get tangled up in it. Like it's probably a better thing on the explorative, experimental end than like thinking it's gonna like salvage or hold it all together. Because if someone's doing it just to appease their partner, it's gonna probably do more harm than good. Just from my experience, because it's like, how we do this, you end up resenting me for it. It's like, why didn't you just say no on the front end of it? It's like, or you're mad that I enjoyed it. Like, what are we doing this for? So it's I've seen it undo situations, and where it was probably like cool, it's because it was more like whatever. And I don't want to say no strings attached, but less to it in terms of the emotional like collateral damage that might have came with it and otherwise. Because I've had enough conversation about it to know that like people are gonna linger or exist in their head of like, are you gonna be dealing with this person outside of me?
Yeah.
And like you said, where do we find a person? Like, short of it being some really like random fun, it just happened, or we don't know this person, we gotta see him no more. It then becomes like, y'all been messing around before this?
Yeah.
Are y'all gonna keep messing around after this? Like, do you think they're better than me? And it's like, damn, why can't we just be in the moment? And,
I feel like when it comes to threesomes, you have to have like rules. And I feel like also for the woman, you have to want it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like a man couldn't ask me, can we have a threesome? It's like, what?
Yeah, definitely.
I have to present it to you. Right. Like, this is what I want to do. But I think for me, I'm a jealous person. Like, me and my significant, I'm a jealous person. So the rules will be, she can't get too much time. No eating out. You know how I feel about that. Can't eat a bitch out. Nope. Not having it. I don't play that. So it just has to be some rules. And then it has to be a random girl that I know we're never going to see again.
Yeah, that's a lot of rules.
It is. So we might as well not do it.
I mean, that's what I was thinking. Like,
low-key.
But then you would give it to the experience to a random nigga, and that
it's not like
y'all.
It'll be a random. I feel like I just.
She's the girl that I meet at the club.
I'm trying to break away from compartmentalizing shit. But
okay, could you be the third party in somebody else's? You know what I'm saying?
That's basically what she's saying.
Would you rather join a couple than?
Yeah, if I'm comfortable with both of them. Yeah.
Because I mean, y'all are saying like, how do you find somebody? Like, where's the?
They out there.
Where the thirds? Where the thruples? Like, where they be hanging there?
They out there. I've asked twice by thruples so I can be in theirs, but y'all know I'm sensitive.
I feel like they're definitely in the bartending. Like, in the bartending
scene,
like there's definitely couples that be like,
hey, twice they have asked me. I said, baby, I'm too sensitive. Yeah. No, my feelings gonna be hurt.
Is there an actual like market for like women are like, shit, I'm really looking to be the third.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't got nothing going on. Like, y'all want to get it popping. Like, because I think it's a conversation that's happening everywhere amongst a lot of couples, and that's maybe the primary thing. Like, well, how we go about, can't be nobody I'm too cool with.
That's
or you
true.
been wanting to mess with them. It's like, well, where we gonna just go? We're gonna wear some shirts and say looking for a third, like,
right?
Join our throuple.
I don't know.
Y'all buy a shirt and say looking for a time, and I'll know what type of time y'all on. I'm gonna direct it to Ashley because I'm not doing that with.
Hey,
I'm be sad.
I'm not looking, y'all. We gonna clarify that now. We're gonna reverse. Your girl's chilling right now.
I think all them rules kind of nullifies it. Like, you just be cool.
Cool, yeah. That's why I said it couldn't be the love of my life.
Yeah, I get jealous too easy. Yes,
I I'm not easily jealous, but
I know, if you know that, I am. You know.
But at least I know myself. You know what I mean?
For sure.
I know what I can handle, what I can't.
So, I don't even know where are we going from this note. All right, so we're going to wrap it up talking about your new drop that you have coming out.
My new drop.
Yes, your new album.
Oh my God. You want me to take it from
Sorry.
All right, Lito, tell the people what you have going on. I know you have a meet and greet coming up. I am so excited about that.
Yeah, I got a concert in Nashville at Brooklyn Bowl on July 26th. And it's the Nashville 6th anniversary, celebrating that. And I'm dropping an album the week before. But there's a meet and greet. There's a couple tiers of the meet and greet. You can actually like ball with me. the bowling alley or just a general meet and greet. I'm gonna be doing my Chris Brown thing.
I love it. Yes.
The
that is
Good.
fun.
So
The Meagan Good hugs. I love that.
Grabbing
That is
cheeks
so
and all that.
fun.
So
love that for the fans. Hey, y'all better pull
get
up.
y'all tickets. Get your tickets. That's
July
so exciting.
26th, Brooklyn Ball. I'm looking forward to that.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
I'm so excited. And for the people that live under a rock, where can they find you at?
Online, grindhard.com is the launching pad, and you can find everything else there. Lito615 on Twitter, Starlito Grindhard on Instagram, YouTube's Grindhard TV.
Y'all know where to find this man.
I'll just be moving around. I'll be at sporting events. I'll be at soccer games on Saturday and cheerleading competitions, and you might see me anywhere. Like I still,
we love that.
I don't know. You can find me there. My album drops July 19th, Imposter Syndrome, and it's a real thorough peek into my psyche and otherwise. So maybe you can find me there if you're really looking for more insight and whatever else. So
love that.
We love that. And we want to say thank you again for coming. Thank you for being our first guest.
No, for real.
And if nobody gave you your flowers, we want to say we're proud of you.
Dude, I appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me.
Definitely.
You're welcome. You guys, that was another episode of Two Besties on a Couch. Do not forget to comment, subscribe, leave a review. And write in a advice letter. We haven't got an advice letter in a very long time. Yeah. So make sure y'all are doing that.
Feel free to email us at twobestiesonacouch@gmail.com. And we'll see y'all next Wednesday.
Bye.